Alrighty, so here is the newest AK that I'm putting together. It's been a while since I did a gun review video or anything like that on this channel, and I figured for some of the people that are interested, I might as well make one because this is my new go-to AK, at least for the range for now. It's probably going to end up becoming like my second to main AK besides my Arsenal SLR 107. But this here started out as a Sporter Sega 223 made in Russia by Izhmash, and it says 223 on them. That's how they imported them. They run 5.56 just fine. But this one was actually imported to RWC Group LLC in Tullytown, PA, which is pretty cool because I live in PA. So pretty interesting gun. So these holes will eventually get TIG welded shut and then smoothed out. But for right now, this is kind of like I didn't even paint the bottom there. You can see for right now, I just wanted to put it together. Had it for a while, just unconverted, and just did the conversion recently. And this is kind of just a test fit. I'm going to take everything back off of it and then permanently install everything and Loctite it after I paint the bottom there. But I left that bare metal so I could ground to TIG weld there anyway. So that's why I did that. But that's not finished. Basically, it was just this is like a test run. I did one Sega conversion before to my one buddy's back in like 2000, probably 6, I think it was, or 7. His was a 7.62 gun, but same principle basically. You just move the trigger group from here forward, and this one I actually installed the ALG AKT trigger in it. So I'll just go over what's done to it and how it's set up right now, and then I'll go over what I'm going to do to it yet. So I'll just start here at the front of the gun here. This is a Meridian Defense BD2, and honestly, I think for the money, from all the research I did and all the breaks I've ran and all the money I've wasted, I would just say that's probably hands down one of the best ones you can buy for the money. And it even is pretty nice looking too. It's a good looking break. It doesn't really shoot too much fireballs out of it. It's pretty decent, and it manages recoil on a 7.62 really good, on this really good too. This thing actually was a little bit snappier than I expected it would be, being it's a 5.56 223. I never shot 223 from it, but with 5.56 it was a little snappier than I thought until I put that on it. So this thing comes with an unthreaded barrel. So I went to Carolina Shooter Supply and ended up just getting their, it's like a kind of like a rod thing that goes in the barrel, and it has like threads in it, and that keeps it so when you use the die it gets straight on there and doesn't get crooked, and it's concentric with the barrel when you thread it. So I did that, and then I just went on eBay and bought a 14x1 left-handed thread, it doesn't matter, but 14x1 crush washer. And I just kept filing the washer until I knew when I tightened the brake up that it would be perfectly aligned and timed correctly. And then I just put some rock set on it and rock set it on there. So that thing's really tight, plus it's rock set. That thing's not ever going to come off unless I want it to. And that's pretty much that. So you can spend the money and get all this changed and converted over and all that, but I just used a pipe thread cutter and I cut the shroud off with that. You just go around until you hear it like crack basically, and then you just slide the end off of it. It's about probably like a ½ inch long. I go back as far as you could go until the pipe thread was just barely touching this as you would go by on a bigger pipe thread cutter. But yeah, that's pretty much the way I did it. I just didn't want to send the rifle out. I don't like sending my guns out. If there was somebody local that I trusted to do gunsmithing, I would probably do it. But I took some stuff to some local places, and then I ended up redoing it myself because I don't know, I work on cars and pretty mechanical, so like I feel like half the time I end up paying somebody to do something and then I end up having to redo it myself because it's not as nice as I want it to be. So I'm not a gunsmith, but I feel like some stuff, I haven't found anyone local that's can do anything that great on stuff, especially like ARs and AKs. I wish I could, because I'd like to get this bullet guide riveted in, an actual real Bulgarian bullet guide riveted in. That's what I want to get done to this eventually. So that is what we'll get into after we move back from here first. So this is just a BCM grip, and I just took a piece of Picatinny here and then got the screws a little longer and then put the M-LOK nuts on top and like screwed it on there for right now, just as a temporary setup. I'll go over that probably in a different video of what I'm gonna do. This is just temporary right now, just to get it on to the range and shoot it. But long story short, it will have a red dot and a different rail eventually, or handguard. So going back from there, the bullet guide is the thing you have to definitely do with this, because my buddy's was a 7.62 by 39, and we didn't have to do the bullet guide in his. His actually functioned fine without it. So the bullet guide, it's hard to do this with one hand, but this has a recoil buffer. I always just put them on all my AKs. I just don't like the fact of that slamming into the rear trunnion. I don't understand why more people don't put them buffers on there, just for the simple fact of that. It doesn't really help that much with recoil, but it doesn't beat the gun up as much, so I feel like it would help more with like the longevity of everything, you know, just slamming into stuff. I don't understand why people don't use them more, because that piece there does slam back into there. But anyway, just beats the gun up, I feel like, not having it. It actually, I think, slams into that piece there. But yeah, it's a lot softer of a hit with that in there. So here's the bullet guide I put in. Carolina Shooter Supply. Ended up, just for now, red Loctite it in. I was going to rock set it, but I needed to order a new rock set after I realized that it's only good for like a year, and I've had it for a while. So the bullet guide, it's not that hard to install like this. I just don't like the fact that if that thing comes loose, your gun is basically just going to jam repetitively, and it's going to be sometime when you're not expecting it, and I do not like that. That, to me, makes a gun hardly even worth owning. So this is going to be pretty much a range only, like, just gun for right now, and I wouldn't really trust my life to it in any kind of crazy situation, just because, I mean, I would kinda, but not as much as I would with like my SLR or something. But once I get a Bulgarian bullet guide professionally riveted in there, then this thing will be good for a long time. I mean, so far I've ran close to 500 rounds through it, and it hasn't jammed at all since I got the bullet guide in and got it running right. So that's that. Throw the bolt back in here, and everything's really nice on these things, the Segas. It's basically SGL 31 and 5.56. I mean, technically it's just like an Arsenal SGL. I mean, they're some of the most sought after AKs that they make. So I was originally going to get this is hard with one hand, Pioneer Arms, or some kind of cheap 5.56 AK. The original reason that I even got onto this, man, this is hard with one hand. The original reason I got onto the 5.56 AK kick in the first place was because I went to get ammo. That rubber thing was getting stuck sideways. So I went to get ammo. So once the bullet guide's installed and everything, I'm gonna get a Bulgarian bullet guide, riveted in there right. I'm gonna have to find a place to do it though. To make a long story short, I'm gonna end up having to drive this thing pretty far probably, and just get a hotel for the night and have a place to do it, because I don't send my guns anywhere. I lost an AR in the mail once, and this gun is one that I don't want to ever get replaced. Like, this is a gun I wanted for a long time, and it's all the right setup, and it was like basically it had like a few rounds shot through it before I got it in a sporter configuration. So this is a really cool gun of mine and one of my favorite ones in my collection. It's my second favorite rifle besides my SLR 107 AK. So the trigger group assembly, this is from Carolina Shooter Supply. It bolts in with 3 Allens from the top there, 1, 2, and then 1 back here. So that'll all be Loctited in eventually fully. And then I'm gonna do the TD battle grip. It's like a US Palm or whatever, I guess. That's what I'm gonna do on this too. And then I'll Loctite that screw on. That'll be final for a long time. That'll stay. I want to knock them loose. It has an ALG AKT trigger in it. And while we're at the mag, well, I'll discuss the mag situation. So the mag situation, I had Circle 10s because I have SLR 106 crank, and that I had a bunch of these Circle 10s for it. Not a bunch, but like maybe like 4 or 5. So I was like, well, I'll try to make 2 of these dedicated for this gun. So I ended up having to file down a little bit there, a good bit on each side right here at the front, and some right here underneath here for that to go up through there smooth. And I got them to lock in good. I got pretty good at fitting them now. Did that one, and this one's a fully loaded 30 round. It's got 30 rounds in it. So they fit pretty nice, no mag wobble. If you file, just take your time, do a hand file job, and just keep fitting it. So I ended up running into these Bulgarian, well, the second ones I got actually was this, I tried these PSA ones just because I didn't know about them Bulgarian ones. And this one I got to fit, and it took a while, but it's a really tight fit, and I don't really like the way it fits in there, honestly. Like, it fits, but I could take a little more off of it. But this mag, for the money, I wouldn't even waste my money. I'd just get these Bulgarian mags. They're nice. They're only like $13 a piece. They got this color. It's like a Bakelite tan color. They got FDE. They got plum, and they got black. They're both plum, but I have a black one too. But these things are actually awesome. They fit right in this gun. No customization at all. And lock perfectly right in there. Didn't have to file them or nothing. And they fit perfectly in my SLR 106. So these are like probably the best mags for the money when you consider these Circle 10s are $50 a piece. They're really good mags. But you have to file them to fit, and then you just lose the value on them if you ever wanted to sell them, which I won't. But if you did, these, see, I just wrote Sega on my ones that I'm using for this gun, and then my other guns I didn't write anything on. So, like you can see, I have them labeled because they're grinded out a little bit, these Circle 10s. So I just wanted to make sure, you know, that they lock in nice. But I'll put a mag reload video in here. I was doing a couple mag reloads with it. But yeah, so basically, if you get a Sega, just get the Bulgarian mag. Don't waste your time. And if you want a couple Circle 10s, you can file them down. But the Bulgarian ones are the way to go. $13 a piece. Heck of a deal. So, anyway, the back from there, that's my SLR 107 stock. I ended up just reusing this one because I had it. So that's on there. The sling I don't like, but I don't even remember the kind of it. It doesn't really matter. It's too thin and flimsy. I don't really like it. I got it for an AR once and not a fan of it. So it's going to get a Vickers Blue Force gear sling eventually. It'll get a Krebs safety. I tuned this safety for now and it's decent, but Krebs, so it'll be basically I'm probably just going to run this stock for now. Just use this stock, the US Palm Grip, the Krebs Safety, the mags I got squared away. I'm probably just going to keep the dust cover stock, and I'm probably going to do a different fore-end on the front here. I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. I want to kind of get a Zeneco lower with the automatic upper for my SLR. So this one I might end up doing RS regulate or something with an automatic up top, and then I'll probably do a light and a red dot, and that'll probably be it. That's what I think I'm going to do so far, but I haven't really figured out completely yet. I'm not really sure. There's so many different rails, and I don't know. I just have a hard time picking which one I like. But I'd like to, if I had the money, just do the Zeneco B10, I think it is, and then do an automatic up top, and then just put this on the B10, and then do the light and the red dot. I think that would be perfect for it, but them things are pretty expensive, so I don't know if I'll end up getting one of them or not. But basically, the whole reason I got this gun, I was going to go over, is the 7.62 by 39 is just so expensive to shoot anymore, and it's just a 5.56 AK. If you actually want to shoot nowadays, and you are into AKs, you pretty much, it's your only option, honestly, is just to get a 5.56. So the ammo will always be around. You don't have to worry about that. You can actually shoot it. I have enough 7.62 that I can save it, and it'll last me a long time if I don't go to the range and shoot it a whole lot. So it's good enough for an emergency, and that gun set up my SLR, and I'll just keep it, get it out a couple times a year and everything, and that'll basically be the extent of that. But this thing here is my new, just go to the range and practice, put rounds through it, and just stay decent at running AKs, because I haven't been shooting a lot lately because the 7.62 is just getting so hard to find and so expensive. I was like, well, I guess it's time to just get the Sega converted and start running 5.56 AKs. And actually, honestly, it's pretty fun to run. It shoots really nice, has like almost no recoil. I shot with open sights at 50 yards. Pretty sure, I want to say I was standing, but I might not have been. I might have been sitting. But I shot like about a 4-inch group at 50 yards, open sights, just like didn't even really have a target. It was just a paper plate, and I was just aiming at the center of it. And it was about a 4-inch group, and it was about 13 shots. So I put 13 shots within a 4-inch group at 50 yards, open sights with the thing. So this thing's definitely going to be really super accurate with a red dot on it. I can already tell just by shooting it. Shot enough AKs and guns in the past to tell. So that's it. And I was going to actually say one more thing. I was going to get one of them 5.56, what are they? Pioneer Arms, the new ones they came out with. But I decided that I was just going to get one of them, just as a beater and run it at the range and just run it and see how it lasted and stuff like that. But then I was like, man, by the time I buy that, I could probably just put the money into this and convert it and have this thing ready to go. And it'll be a lot better of a gun in the long run and stuff like that. Eventually down the road, I might end up getting one of them Pioneer Arms if people use them long enough, and they seem to be pretty solid. I mean, for $600, you can't really go wrong with one. I mean, I could take everything off of this, throw it on that, run it at the range, and then just keep this one around for like a rifle that I'm going to keep probably the rest of my life type of rifle. But yeah, I just wanted to do this little review on this thing and little update on where I'm at with these AKs and shooting a little bit lately. Since it's winter time out, you can see it's been snowing now all day. I've been getting a little bit more back into guns here lately just because there isn't a whole lot else to do around here in the cold. But that's it for this one. Have a good one.